Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. Appreciate you being here today. Wonderful session for people who are just beginning their yoga journeys. If you're coming back from being away from your practice for a while, if whatever reason you've come back after an injury, surgery, whatever it may be, a life event that's just kind of taken you out of being mobile and doing a whole lot of movement, stretching, that kind of thing. So welcome back. And welcome if you're just starting your yoga journey. I'm so honored to be a part of your journey, and I hope you'll stick with me. I hope you'll subscribe, and I hope you'll come back time and time again. The progression, you guys, is amazing. The changes that you will feel and see in yourself is amazing if you stick with it, if you're consistent, if you're kind, and if you're mindful in your movements. You guys, this is incredible. It has changed my life, and that's why I want to bring it to you, hopefully to make your life just a little bit better. So you can use blocks and straps today if you would like to. You don't need them, but absolutely yes. If you don't have blocks or straps, a dog leash, a tie, a belt, a sock, anything that you need that is, you don't want it super stretchy. That's the biggest thing, is you want it a good firm material of whatever it is. And then a block if you don't have one, maybe a book, whatever works for you, a piece of Tupperware. So really be creative and just have fun with it. So today we're going to start at the top of the mat, and we're just going to give those shoulders a big roll up and back. So guys, these movements, gentle stretches that will help to get you flexible, keep you flexible, mobile, for your whole life. Inhale, reach to the sky. And as you exhale, left hand comes down, right arm high, lean in and reach. And I just want you to reach to your potential, okay? So reach it up, reach it down to what it feels good to you, all the way down the side of your body. Inhale, both arms come up, and exhale, other side. So maybe as we're coming back, maybe as we're just starting, our motion's not super huge. It doesn't matter. I want you to just reach to where it feels super good, you guys. This is such a beautiful stretch, this lateral flexion. Inhale, both arms come up. One more time, each side. Exhale, reach. Inhale, both arms come up one more time. Reach that right arm down, left arm high. Oh, as far as you can reach. Inhale, both arms come up. And exhale, release those arms down by your sides. And just relax those arms. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, turn and take your gaze out over your right shoulder, just as far as you can turn your head. No judgments, no criticisms, guys. We're just standing tall. And we're drawing that chin right over the shoulder. Inhale it back to center, and exhale, turning and taking your gaze out over that left shoulder. So this might compromise your balance a little bit. You might notice it's a little more work as you take your gaze away from center. And just feeling this nice long stretch all the way down through the side and through the back of the neck. Inhale it back to center. Now keep looking forward, and exhale, lean your head to the right. Right ear over the right shoulder. Reaching with your left fingertips down towards the ground. Inhale it back to center, and exhale, lean your head to the left. Reaching with those right fingertips. I should just feel this really nice stretch all the way down that right side. Today I feel it into my shoulder. You might even feel it all the way down to the tips of your fingers. And inhale, head up nice and tall. Only if it's right for you, bring your chin towards the chest. Roll those shoulders up and back, and let your shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, head up nice and tall. Let's pull the hands to heart center. So one of the foundational things to keep us healthy and safe, guys, is good balance and good posture. We're going to work both here as we come to tree pose, shifting your weight to your left foot. Right big toe just barely touches the earth, and roll that right knee open. So this is tree. And if you need to balance by a counter, having a wall handy, a chair, whatever it is, make that happen. I want you to feel successful and balanced. If it feels good to you, slide that right foot up, starting along the inside of the leg. Maybe stop at the calf, see how that feels. If that feels good to you, we want to transition past the knee rather than pushing on the knee. And if the calf is a better place to be, stay there. Breathe. So we're opening up through the hips. We're opening up through the groin. We're challenging that supporting leg. We're standing tall and we are engaging our core. Breathe. A little challenge for our balance and a little shoulder mobility. Extend those arms to the sky. Relax the shoulders. So if you have trouble getting those arms all the way overhead, just bring them forward a little bit. Or keep those hands down at heart center, guys. Totally up to you. This is your journey after all. Breathe. Pulling those hands back to heart center. Gently release your foot forward and down. And let's switch to the other side. Shifting your weight to your right foot. Left big toe just barely touches the earth. And roll that left knee open. Now you might find that one side's a little more challenging than the other. That's totally normal. So if you need the wall or a counter on one side and not the other, it's all good. Do what you need to do, my friends. If it feels good to you, slide the sole of your foot up to that kind of mid-belly of your calf, keeping that left knee rolled open. If that feels fairly easy to you and you want to transition and bring that foot up, bring your foot up. We're not going to press right on that knee though, so above or below the knee. And there's no judgment here. This is just feeling all the feels in your body. Celebrating everything that you can do today. Never getting stuck in your head about the things that we can't do today or that what aren't right. It's okay. We all have those days. But don't get stuck in your head. Stay positive and celebrate all that you can do. We're here together. We're moving. We're breathing. We're doing good things for our bodies. Let's gently bring that left knee forward and step it out. Good job. Roll out those arms, shoulders. Step in those feet. So we're back to the top of our mat. We're going to take that right leg out and we're going to tap our heel to the mat. We're going to sit back onto that left heel, bending that left knee. And I want you to reach down with that right hand. Can you find those toes? Long through the spine, strong through the belly. Breathe. So a little stability for the balance, right? You're like, we just did balance. Do we need more? Yes, you do. You need more. And rise. Stand tall. Pull that right foot in. Extend your left foot out. So we're just taking that foot out as far as we can, but maintaining a nice tall posture. And then all of a sudden we're going to sit back. I want you to pretend like there's a chair behind you. And I want you to reach down with those left toes. How far down that leg can you reach? Can you touch your toes? So that's a pretty decent hamstring stretch and calf stretch. So we're firing up that right leg as we're pressing that right heel into the earth. Breathe. And again, you can use a counter, right, to hold on to. That's absolutely fine. If your balance isn't super great today, use assistance. It's just like using a strap or a block. And we rise. And stand tall. Inhale, reach to the sky. Pull the hands through heart center. We're going to slowly hinge it forward. You can bend those knees and kind of roll it forward if that's better for you. This is one where it's great if you have a block and you don't quite have that flexibility. You can bring the floor up to you. So at the tallest position of that block, we lengthen through the crown of the head. Breathe. If as your body feels ready, start to bend the elbows, lowering down. Now you can keep that block at the highest position and just relax. If you like, bringing the hands to the mat. Now you can transition that block each time a little lower, or if you don't need that block at all, set it aside. Breathe. Bring the hands to the elbows and hold on a soft bend in those knees and just gently sway side to side. So noticing that stretch in that lower back. Beautiful stretch down the backs of the legs. Mobility through the hips, mobility through the knees as we're bending those knees. Letting go of tension and tightness. Breathe. Big deep breaths. Release your arms, let them hang. Inhale it up to monkey half lift. And exhale down. Again, grabbing that block if you need to. We're going to take a giant step back with that left knee, or left foot I should say, and place your knee to the mat. Now that block can be with us, transitioning to that left hand, right hand to your thigh. So you can move that block wherever you need it. If you don't need the block, keep both hands on your thigh and let those hips come forward. That block is just there for stability, guys, to be able to help us keep that chest nice and tall. Now, maybe the back isn't super limber today, and that's a little bit too much on the lower back. So bring that hand out a little bit. Lengthen through the crown of the head and lengthen through your spine. Okay, so up. If the back feels like that's a good place for you to be and is saying yes, bring it forward. If it's saying, hey, not a great place for me to be today, I want you to really feel that good stretch through the front of that left leg. Knee over the ankle, behind those toes. So it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be 90 degrees, right? But I want your knee behind those toes, just so you're not putting too much pressure through the front of the knee. Breathe. I want you to take that block. If you don't need the block, don't use it. We're going to tuck the back toes and we're going to lift. So if you don't need the block, don't use it. We're going to take a big step forward, once again to our forward fold. If you need the block, use it. Don't need it, set it aside. We bring the hands to the elbows once again and sway side to side. So guys, that block is totally optional. That piece of Tupperware, whatever it is, your book. And we come back to center. Release the arms. Inhale up to monkey. Grab your block if you need it. Set it aside. And we're going to take a giant step back and place that right knee to the mat. So pulling that block in wherever you need it again. And if you don't need the block, we just lift those hands. Checking in with that lower back. Stretching through the front of that right leg. Hip flexor stretch, guys. Those hip flexors, oh man, they need love so bad. Sitting, standing, walking, running, skiing, tennis, everything we do, guys, really uses those hip flexors. Either tightening them or overextending them. So we really want to give them a little bit of love here. Not going to a maximum of 10 where you're like, oh my gosh. No, to a 6, 7, or an 8 where you're just like, oh, this feels so good. Breathe in again. We're using that block, coming forward if that lower back needs that love. Lengthening through the crown of the head. Breathe. Now let's grab that block if you need it. If you don't need it, don't use it. And we're going to actually pull this front leg, that left leg, bring it back. And walk those hands forward to child's pose. Sitting your sit bones back, relaxing the weight of the head down towards the earth. Oh, beautiful quad stretch, glute stretch, shoulder stretch. Beautiful release for that lower back. So guys, these are all designed to be gentle stretches. But if you're like, wow, these are like over the top if these are supposed to be gentle, I get it. That just means you really need them, as long as there's no pain involved. So these are just some really foundational stretches that are awesome for anybody. And let's slowly walk those hands up. Come over into a hip, sweep your feet around, and slide on down towards the top of your mat. Now this time, we're going to take our strap. And I'm giggling because I just grabbed whatever was handy. So this will show you that you can literally use whatever. Okay, so this is just kind of a canvas strap. It's actually a yoga mat holder. So it's got these fun little circles on the ends. But you can use whatever you want to use. Okay, so if you do have a yoga strap, great. If you don't have one, be creative. Bring it around your feet. And you're going to hold on to that strap, pulling back. So I'm placing the strap kind of at the balls of my feet, and I'm going to pull those toes back, sitting up as tall as you can sit. So using the strength of the arms to pull those feet back is going to influence that stretch down the backs of the legs. But I want you to sit up as tall as you can because this is promoting good posture. And as you're pulling with those arms, do you feel that sensation in your upper and middle back and your shoulders, that strength? That posterior chain, you guys, is super important for us to keep strong and healthy because that's what's going to keep that posture really nice. our gait more efficient, our balance better. Now I want you to use the strength of the arms and start to hinge forward. So as we hinge, we're hinging from the hips rather than bending at the waist. Bottom of the tummy down first. Breathe. And if you want to adjust your strap, just take a hold of each and move those hands down. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head. A little tuck of your chin. Find your breath. Body starts to go, oh, okay, I get it. Now I want you to just slowly melt. Releasing the intensity with those arms. You can kind of just let those hands come rest. And just relax the weight of the upper body down. Feeling that beautiful stretch on the backs of the legs. You can use as much tension with those arms to pull as feels good to you. Just releasing through that lower back. If you happen to have super tight hamstrings, I can pretty much guarantee you that you're going to have a tight lower back as well. So really, just learning to let go of that resistance and embrace that lengthening. If you prefer, you can just relax your hands and just let that strap fall away. Those feet can be soft, but I want you to really work to bring your toes pointing to the sky. And then that flexing of the feet is going to intensify things. So just kind of really learning where your body's ready to be, being mindful about that movement, and being kind. Inhale, reach it out and sit up nice and tall. Just transfer that strap to one hand. If you don't have a strap, don't worry about it. Lowering down, slow and steady, safely coming down onto your back. And we pull that right knee in, hands to your shin, just below that knee, and pull it in nice and tight. Lifting that upper body, placing the strap or taking a hold of the foot with your hands or the ankle with your hands. Go ahead and lower that upper body back down, and we're going to begin to extend your leg. So if you don't have a strap or you don't want one, just take a hold anywhere along the back of the leg or the sole of your foot. And we're going to use the strength of the arms to pull that leg towards the upper body. Now, if that's a lot of tension, a lot of pressure in that lower back, bend that left knee. Sole of the foot to the earth. Feels good to you, keep it long. Relaxing those shoulder blades down towards the ground. And we're doing our best to keep that leg as long as we can. Really nice stretch down the back of that right leg. So again, being mindful that we're not hyperextending that leg. So if you have that tendency, pressing the back of the leg and it's hyperextending, so that back of the leg is pressing further out, making sure you keep a soft bend in that knee. So just a little soft bend. Now reach up with that right hand. We're going to take a hold of the foot outside of the ankle or take a hold of that strap. Left arm is extended out to a T, and let's let that right leg open out to the side. So we're supporting and we're controlling that descent all the way down, doing your best to keep that left hip from lifting. Should feel a really nice stretch through the inside of that right leg, through the groin, and noticing kind of a gentle pull through that left hip and this engagement of that left oblique. Pretty cool that we could get that oblique firing up, strengthening. Now turn and take your gaze out over that left arm. We allow that right arm to be heavy and just pulling that leg out to the right. That's going to influence the stretch, right? So gravity's taking hold of the weight of the arm and the leg, and you're using the strength of that oblique on that left side to keep your left hip from lifting. Because if we were to relax it, we would just kind of fall over to the side. So really staying engaged on that left side. We bring our gaze back to center, using the strength of that inner thigh of the right leg. Slowly lift it back to center. Releasing that strap, Bending the knee, right arm extends out to a T, left hand to the outside of the right knee, and gently pull your leg across your body. Now, if you like, if you have your block handy, you can set it on the mid setting, that level 2, and come it on over. Resting your knee on the side of that block. Right arm extends out to a T, and again, that left hand is just resting on the knee. We work to draw those shoulder blades down towards the earth. Opening the chest towards the sky, wringing out tension and tightness in the back, promoting flexibility, massaging those internal organs. Now, if you don't want that block, don't need it, don't have it, whatever it is, just let gravity do the work, guys. Resting the weight of that left hand to gently pull. Turn your gaze out over that left arm. Nice big deep breaths. So what do we get with this stretch? We get a really nice hip stretch, spinal stretch, opening up of that chest, wringing out of tension, tightness, anxiety, worry, negative energies, promoting good digestion. So good, so many ways. Slowly releasing, rolling back to center, extending that right leg to the sky, point your toes, lengthen your leg, little external rotation through that hip, and ever so slowly lower that leg down. And allow it to come to rest. And that left knee pulls in, hands to the shin, just below that left knee. Nice release for that lower back. Great, just relaxing release for those hip flexors. Yeah, so we stretched out those hip flexors, remember, on that kneeling position where we had the block there for support. And now we're just going to draw that knee in. So we're shortening the hip flexor, giving it just a little bit of different kind of love. Now take a hold of that strap if you like. If you don't need the strap, don't want it, don't have it, just reach up. Take a hold anywhere along the back of the calf, ankle, or foot. And we're going to extend the leg. And gently pull. So again, checking in, making sure that lower back is happy. If we need to pull that right knee in, sole of the foot to the mat, make it happen. If that leg is long and it feels good, keep it. Again, making sure we're not hyperextending through that left leg, that we're keeping a nice long leg. If all of a sudden you pull too hard and all of a sudden you have to bend that knee, we're missing out, guys. So lessen up on that pull and lengthen that leg. Find your breath. So if you don't have the strap, don't want it, yep, you can reach up, take a hold of that foot, or we're behind the leg. Whatever it needs to happen. Close your eyes, let your arms be heavy, and just feel that awesome stretch. So we hold this stretch, we hold our stretches in general for a fair amount of time, right? To give that body time, that muscle memory, so that each time we come back, we gain a little bit more flexibility. Now, this isn't going to be all of a sudden you notice this huge change. It's gradual. And it comes from consistency. So releasing that intensity a little bit, reaching up, taking a hold of that strap in that left hand, right arm extends out to a T. And we're going to slowly let that left leg open out to the side. Again, we're working to keep that right hip from lifting. Just let it open. Turning and taking your gaze out over that right arm. So can you feel the right side, those obliques, working to keep that hip from lifting? Because what happens if we relax them? All of a sudden that hip pops off the ground and that leg goes flying off to the side. Keep it down and let gravity just pull so you get that good stretch through the inner thigh. You get that activation through the hip flexor and through those obliques. And with that arm extended out, gazing out along that right arm, just this great release for the neck. So many wonderful things. You can feel the strength in your core. What do we get from a strong core? We get better gait, right? More efficient gait, better balance. What happens with better balance? We don't fall over. Stronger core helps our posture. We stand taller. We feel better. We look better. You guys, there's so many beautiful things. You're doing so many great things for your body, for your mind. Taking your gaze back towards the sky, slowly begin to lift that leg. Oh, strengthening those adductor muscles at the top. Release that strap. Grabbing that block if you like, bending that left knee, transition that block to the left or to the right side, and slowly pull that left leg across. So we just let that knee, shin, come to rest on that block. If you don't have one, don't want one, set it aside. And turn and take your gaze out over that left arm. I just felt a really nice little pop in my back. So occasionally, yes, you'll feel that. You might be one of those like me who pops and cracks all the time. Guys, just being mindful, making sure that you don't feel any tingling or numbness or pain that goes along with those pops, cracks, and creaks. It's just a sign your body realigning, finding that better alignment. But making sure that it's not that we've just gone too deep, too fast, that the body was taken someplace that it wasn't quite ready to go. Come out. If you need to come out, if there's anything beyond a good stretch. So noticing the difference between that discomfort and doing something that your body it's not right for it today. Okay, so just getting to know your body, listening to it. Slowly we roll it back to center, extending that left leg to the sky. Point your toes, lengthen your leg, little external rotation through that hip, and slowly lower your leg down. Oh, there was another one. You guys might have even heard that one. Through that hip, extending arms out, reaching, reaching, reaching. Oh, beautiful long stretch. And let's pull one knee in towards the chest and then the other. Hands to your shins, just below those knees. Pull it in. Make yourself just into a tight little ball and rock side to side. So we've done some wonderful stretches today. Stretches that will carry you long term, keeping you, getting you to the healthy place, keeping flexibility, mobility alive and well. As you're ready, roll to your side. Use the strength of your arms to help you come back up. And let's find a seated position that feels good to you. If you like, if the seated position is not fantastic today, take your block, sit on it. If you're like, I don't have a block, either get one because they're not super expensive, or just use a blanket, a towel, a pillow, whatever, something to get your bottom a little bit off of the ground and allows you to afford you to a little bit less tension through those hips. It's a beautiful thing. Go ahead and rest those hands. Give those shoulders a good roll up and back. I hope that felt amazing for you guys. Let's do that one more time. Just great, fundamental, good, gentle stretches that you can do anytime, anywhere, other than on an airplane or a car, but you know what I mean. And one more shoulder roll, but really taking advantage of the time to do just some gentle stretches every now and again, coming back to those fundamentals. Sit up nice and tall, pull the hands to heart center. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Be well, my friends. And until the next time, namaste.